Good morning. We are in Mexico this morning, and I wasn't quite sure whether I was going to stream or not today, but I haven't streamed in a little bit, and been kind of a little bummed in DR. I 2 months ago I received my Shiftall MeganeX superlight 8K VR headset, and for 2 months I tried to get that headset in X-Plane 12, which I fly in this cockpit, to basically be as sharp as my Bigscreen Beyond 1 is. And I never, ever could get that thing adjusted where I could make that happen. So I decided it's going to go back in the box. It's already packed back in its box. I'm going to Flight Sim Expo at the end of the month, and hopefully I can find somebody who is willing to take it off my hands, and if they make sure I'm talking, yeah, if they can take it off my hands, put whatever you feel it's worth in my PayPal account, and I'll figure that I will be happy. So that's kind of what I'm plan on doing. So it will be with me at Providence, Rhode Island, and if you happen to see this video, look me up, and you're interested in that proposition, look me up. I'll be wearing a t-shirt just like I'm wearing today that has a 3D CAD version of a 3D CAD of the exploded view of the Bigscreen Beyond. And I have I made quite a few t-shirts like this, different colors, and that's what I'm going to be wearing at Flight Sim Expo, so I'll be a bit easy to find. So alrighty, so we're going to do a little cross-country flight here, and so I am so we're running reality expansion pack. So very first thing I need to do is go ahead and check. Let's put some fuel in it. So show weight and balance 17. Looks like I'm good. Looks like I'm good. Hello. What's wrong with you? Oh, okay. Little brain fart. So let's check maintenance. Make sure I haven't. Last time I flew this, I didn't break it. Then all looks good. Looks good. Looks good. 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 Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get it running here. So open the throttle a little bit. We'll turn the beacon light on. Turn on the battery. Wait for the G1000 to fire up. Turn on fuel pump. Extra full rich. Looks like we're good. Back off. Fuel pump off. There we go. Yeah, looks like we're pretty good. So let me that looks better. Alright, I'm gonna turn taxi on. Turn the avionics on. Wait for it to fire up. What's our elevation there? 8120. What's it say I got for a barometer? 1028. Seems a little weird. Says 8,000. So the elevation's off a little bit. According to this meter, I don't have any weather here. So I'm going to instead set it to elevation. The elevation here is 8120, so let's set it to 8120. And we'll kind of go from there. That says my my barometer is 1033, so that's a little bit different, but that's okay. Okay, I got a flight plan in here, so if I click on flight plan, rotate the little knob, hit the cursor, hit enter, flight plan's entered. So once we take off here, we'll preview where we can follow a flight plan. Now we do have a tower here, so tower is 11840. That looks like that's that guy. See if he's talking to me today. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Stay weather.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, Aeropuerto Nacional, Jorge Jimenez Cantú Tower, winds calm, QN at 1029er.
Okay. So if the winds are calm, I can take off on runway 04. New look. Yeah. So that for 04. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi to runway 04 for straight out departure. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Request taxi to runway 04.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, taxi to runway 04 at your discretion.
Taxi to runway 04 at my discretion. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Evidently he didn't understand what I was asking. Okay. I think I'm gonna make it there. So we'll go over here and go by him. Runway 04 is down here at the end, so. I'm kind of running my Bigscreen Beyond a little different than I had before. I'm trying to run motion smoothing. Have changed some of my SteamVR settings, and so I'm just seeing how this is working out. And right now, it's not looking really good. It's looking actually really bad. Actually, it's looking worse than what I've kind of experienced in the last few test flights. I'm not sure why that's true. I just know it is. So normally it's around there. Normally I'm around 20 milliseconds. So it's kind of weird why it changes so much. So, but I'm So I'm running X World, and I'm running Total Mexico. So, and we're right outside of we're in the suburbs of Mexico City. So, so the scenery is pretty dense, and it probably is related to it, but let's just see how it turns out. So. Look, I got some stutters going on there. Hard to tell. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 04, winds calm, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 04, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Okay, we're at about 8,000 feet, so I'm gonna pull the mixture back there. See how much power I can make. Whoops. That looks good. There we go. Runway 04. So I have a force feedback yoke, and as I start accelerating here, the yoke starts moving backwards, moves closer to me. Okay, we got airspeed. I have Austin's crazy 3D camera on. This is not a smooth runway, so that's why the plane's bouncing up and down. Okay, up we go. Alrighty. See, we got some balloons. Alrighty. Huh. I don't remember seeing that bridge there before. That's kind of interesting. Alrighty. So, I want to start this up. 9,000. So we're gonna go autopilot. We're gonna go now. We're gonna go flight level change. We'll say that's good enough. We don't seem to be climbing too much here. What's the temperature? Oh, man. So it's 17C. So I'm having a heck of a time trying to make power. Oh, I had the mixture lean back too much. There we go. Okay. Now she'll start climbing. I was like, what is wrong? So the outside air temperature is 17C. And where I had the mixture at to take off with was way too lean. That's a little bizarre. So I got some crazy graphical artifacts going on here. Oh well. It is what it is. I've not seen that before. For some reason, when I turn my head, the G1000 does some funkiness. When I move my head back and forth, that screen should not change, and it was, so not sure why, but that's okay. Alrighty, let me put map, terrain. Let me see where we're going here. Looks like I'm not gonna be high enough. Looks like I better jump this guy up to, if I'm at 9, next elevation I can get will be 11, so 9, 10, 11. Okay. That's about all she's gonna do. In fact, we are gonna clear this, but I'm not sure about the mountain on the other side. Alrighty, let me alrighty. Just gonna have to pick my way through these mountains here. Yeah, it's the first time I've ever had to do this. But the temperature's way warmer than normally. Okay, I should be high enough. I can go over here. I should climb out of over this. So let me put autopilot back on. My map's telling me I'll be okay for right now. So I have my flight level change at 75, so it keeps me at a safe airspeed. And we're climbing at about 300 feet per minute. It's just really difficult to well, the airport's at like 8,000 feet or so. Then there's mountains all around. so but it looks like I'm okay now. Wasn't sure how high I had to climb to get over these, but everything's like looking not too bad right now. So I may not need to climb to 11,000. Yeah, looking at the map, I don't think so. Let me go the other way. Yeah, looks like I might have to. I got a stretch of that mountain coming up, But I'm gonna have to, so I'm gonna have to climb. I have to climb to 11,500, so, because I'm going eastbound, so it's gotta be odd plus 500, so the way it is. Let me go the other way here. Was that 5? Yeah, that's 5. That's about where I want it. So I can say altitude hold right here. I'm going to hold my altitude at 9,500 feet right now. And when I get closer, it should show up on this map here that I'm going to need to climb up some more. So I've already got 11,500 dialed in the altitude thing, and so I can just click on flight level change and we'll be okay. So it's pretty hazy today. Where are we looking? Okay, so we're not looking too bad right now. So so that's kind of where I've been running. I can hear my RPMs climbing. So I'll pull it back to about 2,500 feet. And so like I said, so we're running X World and Total Mexico. And this is some seriously dense scenery. so I'm running explain 12.2.0.7. And what I've been finding is I'm getting some artifacts. I don't know if it's going to show up on the stream, but along the shoreline, it will flash at about a 1 second rate. So the shoreline kind of like the textures change. I don't know what the deal is. That's kind of what's going on. If I get down lower, the water looks perfect. But if I'm at this elevation, so I'm about, I don't know, maybe 1,500 feet, maybe more, that I see this. If I get down lower to the water, I don't see it. Not sure why it's doing this, but I just know it is, so. Alrighty, so we're 2480. Yeah, we're doing just about 98 knots. So, we'll just have to keep a lookout over here, and, because I don't want to fly any higher than I have to, but on my flight path, I do got to get over some mountains, so, and on the one after the next airport, I set a waypoint, so I didn't have to climb way high. And so I was seeing how low I can fly this. So it looks like I can get over that one at about 9,500, but this next one here, that's not true. So I can see it. I can see it starting to come up. So I have my circle here at 5. So what does it say? So I'm looking at 20. What's it, 20? Yeah. So 20 nautical miles is what the map is. And so that's not doing that now. So it evidently was related to frames. So if my frames were down, my frame times were down too far or up too high, then I was getting some funkiness on this G1000. So once again, I'm not so sure why. So with my MeganeX, I could, the problem is that the resolution of it is quite a bit higher than my Bigscreen Beyond. My Bigscreen Beyond is 2560 by 2560. The MeganeX was 3580 by 3880, or maybe it's 50, but it's like way bigger. So the amount of pixels is almost double. And with my 4090, it just would not I had to run it kind of like where I'm running today on my big screen. I'm running it at so 74% of native, so I'm running it at 3000. So you know, it's trying to run the MeganeX at the same resolution, but it's almost like so I'm running this about 500 above native per side per eye, and so there was no way I could run that MeganeX at native resolution. I had like 35, even like 3500 by 3500. Just no way. That my frames would just tank. And so here comes the red. So let me click on flight level change, and then we'll go nose up. We'll try doing nose up at 80. Shove in the throttle, and we'll see how this goes. I might not have to get all the way to 11.5 because I'm already seeing that I don't see any red over here yet. I see reds on either side of my flight path, but I don't see it in my flight path, so that's looking pretty good right now. So. But since I'm flying east, I gotta be odd, so it'd be 9,500 or 11,500, so there ain't much in between. Kinda looking like I'm gonna be okay. But so that's kind of what was going on. So like when I like look in the cockpit here where I am, and so let me see where I am. Okay, I'm pretty close. Kind of how I judge how things are is can I, like, from my normal position, look over here and see that that's 26 minutes and 20 seconds to my next airport. And with the MeganeX, I just couldn't do that. It's like it needed to be driven much closer to native resolution for it to be as sharp as what I'm seeing in the cockpit right now. And I was not. The information I had when I pre-ordered, I'm not sure I ever heard that. I heard you could run it under the native resolution with a 4090 and you would be fine. Turns out that either my understanding or what I was told was incorrect. Don't know which. Doesn't matter now. So I made my pre-order buying decision based on that. I actually only had the MeganeX for a day when I pre-ordered a Bigscreen Beyond 2E. I knew at that point in time that unless something dramatically changed, it wasn't the headset for me. And so there's like a couple of reasons for that. I stream VR and I enjoy it very, very, very much. But the stream VR, you need to have a headset that you can just try to. Things sound kind of a little weird right now, but I think I'm okay. Yeah, I'm still climbing okay. Looks like I might not have to climb anymore. Let me move the range back a bit. Yeah. Okay, so I'll be good. So let me get back to 5. Alrighty, so trying to think what I want to do. It shouldn't really be, well, I'm gonna have to climb up and how far are we away? Okay, so once we pass this ridge, yeah, once I pass this ridge, I'm gonna go back down to 9,500. What's the next airport? TA. So it's at 8,200, so pattern is 92. So if I'm at 9,500, I'll be okay. So let me, seems like I'm way above that. So I'm going to click on vertical speed. And start descending. We'll do 300 feet per minute. Pull the power back a bit. Yeah, because I'm way above these mountains here, so I don't think I gotta climb over anymore. I'm thinking the airport that I'm going to do a touch and go at is kind of over in there. It's not very far off the flight path, so. And the mountains in the distance that are higher, I have to get over those, but I'll do a touch and go. The airport is 8,200 feet, so the pattern would be 9,200 feet, and I'll just descend down here to about 9,500 feet. Then click on altitude hold, fly 9,500 feet to the airport. Still got a little too much power. I can hear the airspeed climbing up here. It's still in the green, but so that was kind of so the way so when I like go to get ready to do a stream, I mean so I'm flying X-Plane 12. So basically what I do is get X-Plane up and running, and I tell it to go into VR. So with my Bigscreen Beyond, when I tell it to go into VR, it basically starts Steam VR. Steam VR starts my base stations, and then I'm like good to go. So the MeganeX has it has a dongle, and so on the Bigscreen Beyond, the control of the base station is part of my Bigscreen Beyond. It's a radio built into this headset. The MeganeX, that's not true, so I had to use a phone app to turn the base stations on, and so I had to do that, and but X-Plane would start Steam VR, so I didn't have to start Steam VR. It would start it up, and you looking okay? Yeah, we're gonna be okay, I guess. So it was just more things that I had to do to get it ready to do a flight in VR, and so that was just another thing that kind of things that I guess I kind of took for granted on my Bigscreen Beyond, that it's just automatic. The MeganeX, just the way it was designed, those features weren't there, and And at the time that I was getting ready to pre-order, a lot of that information, I was certainly asking the questions, but I was getting more assurances than concerns. So you kind of go like, oh, okay, well, that's let's see here. Yeah, we're gonna do altitude hold right about here. So I'm not quite on plus 500. I'm a few hundred above that, but I'm kind of looking at the ground and going, that's I'll give it a little more power. It's a little closer to the ground than I wanted it to be, but we'll work through it. Okay. So there's a water feature over here. There's like a lake over here on the right I can see. The airport I'm going to do a touch and go at also has a lake, and the one end of the runway is right at the shoreline. So and gotta look. So it's 1 and 9. So so I'm gonna land on 1. So I don't see enough wind out here to worry about. So that's 1. That seems odd to me. Maybe it's right. Yeah, that'd be right. I'm coming at it kind of at an angle. And so yeah, so like out through here, you know, it's all doing good. You know, I mean, I actually got some green in the GPU. CPU is in the green for sure. So what's the temp doing on my CPU? I bought me a new liquid cooler. I haven't put it in yet. I've been kind of watching my temperatures. I think the one I got in there is failing, but yeah, that ain't too bad. If it was up around 80 or even 75, I'd be concerned constantly. Not that it spikes up and goes back down. But I hear my fans start up and slow down. So if it's getting warm, the fans are speeding up. It's bringing the temperature down, so it's fine. You know, so let's figure, no doubt about it. Drags definitely pulls on resources. So. Alrighty, so what do we got? We got 22 miles to this airport, and then we got a pretty big mountain that I used to climb over, but I changed the flight plan, so I don't have to do that now. So yeah, so basically we're flying from Mexico City. I think it would be to the east. Yeah, for sure to the east. And that's not the upcoming airport, but the next airport is kind of close to the coastline. So that's kind of what we're doing. So it's I would call it a long cross country. I forgot what the total miles are, but probably 150 or something like that nautical miles. So it's a little clearer today than I thought it was going to be. It was kind of cloudy when I started up in the suburbs of Mexico City. So, but it's not certainly not cloudy over here. So there's some clouds out in the distance, but not nothing close. You know, so. all in all, I've been fairly happy with the progress of X-Plane 12. Every once in a while I'll see some aliasing going on, but in general, it's fine. So, and where I tend to see it is in cities and towns. So if I look over at that town over there, I can see the slightest amount of shimmer, and that's normally where I would see it at. If the town was closer to me, I would tend not to see that. Like this one here. This one here has just the slightest amount of shimmer. In most of those buildings, I don't see any aliasing on at all. As I get a little bit closer, any shimmering that I see will be gone. So, and if they're like right below me, I don't see it at all. Just moving my head up and down to kind of see, does moving my head up and down have any influence? Turning my head left and right does. So like if I look at it right there, none. There's no shimmer at all on those buildings. None. In the same way, even the little town, the town further over, none. So it's all in, and maybe it's just related to level of detail. Could be. Hard to say. But, so we're 16 miles out from the airport. But it's, to me, it's like, this is a fun experience, so. And like I said, I mean, I'm running this thing pretty hard to, like I said, I have X World, so what do I have running? So I have X World, I have, Total Mexico, and then I have Global Forest version 2. I have all that scenery all is running. So, to be able to actually have my frame times in the white, that's pretty cool. And I'm not concerned, you know, that I'm running at 26 FPS, because it's not, I'm learning it is not the sole thing to look at. And so what's more important is the frame times. And if you got white means that you're right where you're within the window that it's happy, so, as opposed to like amber. So I think if I get up around, so if I get up at 12, 13, 14, then that'll turn amber, you know, but it's looking good. And at least in my eyes, this is smooth. I mean, like, I don't see any jumps. I don't see any stutters. This is smooth. So, see, we got a hot air balloon over there. Okay, 13 miles out. So I'm at 9,800. So I'm in a good place to kind of approach this airport. I'm gonna turn off the terrain, so it doesn't annoy me when I get closer to the ground. Yeah, it's like that town over there. I don't see any shimmering on those buildings at all. So. I didn't realize there was a water feature over there. There's a lake right here. Looks like there's one way over, out further too, so. Okay, 11. And I don't, I have, SayIntentions with me, but, I chose today not to use any flight following. Oh, that is the lake. Sorry. I was like, I don't see any water over there. But I'm 10.5 miles away. So the lake where the airport is right straight in front of me. All right. I've lost my situational awareness, so. Yeah, probably gotta myself just a little bit more power. I don't want to climb any, but. I would like to get there a little bit quicker. Yeah. Yeah, so when I first got my Bigscreen Beyond, that's got to be about a year and a half ago. Before I had that, I had a Bipro, yes, a Bipro 2. And I thought it looked pretty good. But I didn't have enough, I didn't have enough resolution that I could comfortably fly like a glass cockpit, so I couldn't comfortably fly like a G1000. And so the first thing I did is when I got got my Bigscreen Beyond, I jumped in a plane with a G1000 in it and went, wow, man, that's a lot better. So when everybody was saying, you know, that the lenses in the Bigscreen Beyond 1 were bad, I was quite confused. Because for me, they seemed fine. I mean, they allowed me to move from a 6-pack to a G1000. So I was kind of, I didn't understand. And then when I, so then, you know, so after some period of time, I forgot when it was, towards the end of last year, I started hearing rumors or rumblings about this MeganeX 8K superlight. And so I'm hearing like, wow, it's like there's like this fill factor. It's like, man, it's really sharp. And I'm thinking, oh, that's great. You know, and then I'm listening because I know I've got a 4090 and I don't plan on buying a 5090. So, we need to do something here. Oh, we gotta get ready for a land here. So, you know, when I hear it's like really sharp, I'm like, oh, okay, great. So I go ahead and pre-order it, only after I get it and I fire up X-Plane, I mean, the sim I enjoy flying, I think a minute. Yeah. So I put my mixture in rich. So I look at like this cockpit, And I'm like, I'm not seeing this. So then I went through and, you know, and following the forums and all that good stuff, and trying to, you know, think like, hey, I've been flying VR headsets for a very long time, and I would think I should be able to figure this out. And so I'm following the forums, and I'm also kind of like watching, like, so I see Shipdoll has like a new firmware update, and but then I'm hearing people like when they went to update their firmware, they basically bricked their headset, and I'm like, well, that's not a good sign, you know. And but also not really hearing the sense of urgency from Shipdoll as to this being a problem. And but they did. It sounded like when some people reached out, but I mean, I'm coming from Bigscreen Beyond, which has a Discord that I can create a ticket on Bigscreen Beyond's Discord, and depending on how busy they are, they're really busy right now. It may take a few days, but that ticket will be responded to. I don't have to send an email. I don't have to fill out a Google form. I don't have to do anything like that. I can get support right on their Discord, and I didn't see that at all on Shipdoll's official Discord. So let's see here. I'll pull the power back a little bit more here. So oh. I'll pay attention to what you're doing, Bill. 01 is there. So I'm going to land on 19. So let's get some power pulled out of this thing. So that kind of disappointed me, I think. And so it was just like one thing after another. It was kind of like, no, I'm and so over the course of 2 months, I tried my darndest to try to get it at the very least look at as sharp as what I'm seeing right now in my Bigscreen Beyond. That's all I was looking for. I wasn't looking for a lot here, and I never got it. And then I started like asking some questions as to why that would have been true. And so I come to find out that I would actually need to run way higher resolutions to get it to look that way. Okay. So I'm a little behind the airplane right here, but I'm okay. And so that's what it kind of boiled down to, is that to kind of get this kind of resolution. I don't have enough computer to actually do this in X-Plane 11 or X-Plane 12. Oh. But that it is what it is, so. Come on, baby. Okay. That scene, that scenery. Okay. He is not wanting to climb. Alrighty. It is climbing, but not by a lot. Okay, so we got to get over. So we got to get over this mountain here. Looks like I'm okay. I'm climbing at about 200 feet per minute. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how the streams went. So I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I streamed today. So my so I have a Bigscreen Beyond 2E on pre-order, and because I pre-ordered it a little bit late in the launch, mine's supposed to be. Hello, Iowa Scotsman. How are you doing? It's supposed to be shipping in July, and so I've been kind of following the Bigscreen Beyond Discord, and kind of seeing if they haven't shipped any of the Bigscreen Beyond 2s yet. The pre-orders or the pre-production ones were in different people's hands, but none of the more normal customers, none of those have shipped yet. So, but it sounds like it's going to be soon that they're going to start shipping them. So it'll be interesting to hear the reports from people that actually paid money for a headset. The big difference between basically a company giving you a headset, even though you say that you're not influenced by that, and that's fine. If you have any monetary incentive, I don't know. And or does the company send cherry-picked headsets? That's always a possibility. Because I know the one that the MeganeX that I have, there is no way that could be my daily driver. It just could not be. Just no way. Alrighty, we're gonna clear this? I don't know. I'm at 70 knots. Not looking good. Got some time to maneuver, but it's not looking good. I have to do an evasive maneuver here. Yeah, actually the outside air temperature isn't that bad. It starts climbing, then it stops. It starts climbing, then it stops. I think I'm gonna make it. Yeah, it's looking better. So I'm certainly looking forward to, like I said, the people that that actually paid their own money with to get a Bigscreen Beyond 2, and because from people that I have a pretty high level of trust in. Oh, I don't remember. I'd have to look. It's a fairly new one. It isn't an old one. It's not the newest, maybe, but it's not an old one. So Okay. So it's looking better. I got about 1,000 feet more to climb. Yeah, I think I'll be okay. But because what the people I trust have said that the like the lenses are really on the Bigscreen Beyond 2 are like really good. So and they're throwing around numbers like as good as like a Quest 3 lenses, which is pretty astounding because the lenses allegedly the lenses in this one, the Bigscreen Beyond 1, are bad. So if that's actually true, then yeah, I think the very latest one, I think I've been hearing something about that. So, but the fact that if I have a Bigscreen Beyond 1 with supposedly bad lenses, and my G1000 cockpit is actually sharper than I can get my MeganeX 8K, it's kind of like, well, they can't be that bad. But that's kind of where my dilemma is. So, alrighty, looks like I'm gonna be okay here. And we're climbing, but we're climbing pretty slowly. So I'm at 11,000 feet. Yeah, I don't see any red in front of me, so we're all good. Yeah, I just don't have an easy way to jump out and find my my graphics driver. Especially when I'm trying to climb over this mountain. But I think I had heard that is that with the with one of the later drivers that it was causing some people grief, but that always seems like it's like somebody has a problem, this other person, no, it runs great. It is so all of this stuff is so inconsistent, you know, that well, one person is happy with, the next person is very unhappy, very unhappy. You kind of go like, I don't think I understand. So okay. Yeah, I don't, unless I hear really glowing reviews for a graphics driver, I tend not to hello. Oh. I tend not to jump on the next latest graphics driver unless I hear something good about it. So I used to jump on them pretty quick, but I've tended to slow that down a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that might be around where mine is. So over here on the right, there's a mountain there that's got snow on it. That's a volcano. So yeah, sometimes that happens too. Okay, so I got to get over this mountain. And so that looks like that's all going to be fine. So I'm at 11,500. And but the next one, the one over that one there is probably around 13,500, maybe 1,400, 14,000. So he's a big guy. So what I have is I have a waypoint over to the right that I'm flying towards. So basically, I'm not flying to the peak of that thing. I'm flying over to the right-hand side where you can see where that's sloped down to get into the, to get over past that. And then there's an airport about probably 30 miles from the mountain to where the airport is. Maybe 20. I can actually probably see it. 24. So it's 24 miles after the fix is where the airport is. Just looked over. I seen my engine was in the yellow, so pulled it back a little bit, put it back in the green. Yeah, so I'm running this headset's 2560 by 2560, and I'm running it at around 3,000, so 3,064, and so I'm super sampling it a little bit. It probably helps kind of sharpen up the text and the text here in the cockpit. So I go, everything looking okay. Looks like I'll be okay. I've got a desktop. Settings, video, application. So you can see at 64%. I have motion smoothing enabled. Let me go down. So I have throttling fixed. I have it set at 30, and I have this at 0. So that's kind of where my SayIntentions.AI settings are for this headset, and it seems to look kind of nice. I just started running it like this. Triple J was he's got a MeganeX too, and but shortly after he got his, he bought a 5090. So we're in, our machines are a bit different now. He had a 4090 before, and and he was running his VR headsets like that, and so I said, well, let me try it, see how it works. So all in all, yeah, it's nice and smooth. I mean, the FPS is not monstrously high, but it's not bad. I mean, it never goes below that. It's like maybe 25, 26. So, it's fine. So, but I don't get any stutters. I don't get any of that. So, and the fact that when I stream, OBS Studio takes about Oh, I'm thinking it takes 3 or 4 milliseconds of GPU frame time just to run it, just to run OBS Studio. So I gotta check on something. I'll be right back. I was just a little bit paranoid. I'm here in the house alone, and my girlfriend is in Waterford, which is a good 20 minutes away. And I thought I heard somebody in the house, but I went ahead and checked outside and didn't see anything. So I was like, oh, okay. Because she's got an event that's supposed to be starting at 1 o'clock, and there was no way that she'd be driving up here and then going back down there at 1 o'clock, because she left the house around 9 or 10, 9:30 maybe. So I was a little confused. So, that's a great thing. Once you're in VR, I mean, you're kind of oblivious to everything. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm running right around 2,500 and about 96, 97 knots. So I don't know why that does that. I have my index controller turns off every once in a while, and I have oops. My settings. Where is that here? Yeah. Turn off controller after? Never. So I have it where my controller should never turn off. So I'm not so sure why it's doing that. And if I look, I have like 3. It isn't like it's dead. I've got like 3 dots on it. So I'm a little. It's happened once before. It's almost like if it doesn't move for quite a while, like if I'm just sitting here just flying, and I haven't moved I'm just resting my hand on my leg, it's almost like it goes to sleep. But it shouldn't be doing that, so I'll have to check and see, because I am running SteamVR beta, if there's a bug. Because I haven't had this problem ever. I mean, once I told it to never turn off because they're rechargeable, so it's like I got to worry about draining batteries. So, you know, normally when I'm done with my session, I have magnetic connectors on the on my controllers, and so I just when they're hanging up, I just drop the magnetic cables on top of them, and I charge them until they're fully charged. So I'm not sure. Seems kind of just something new that I hadn't seen before. So okay, I wonder. Well, let's see. So let me change the range. No. Says I'm gonna be okay. Okay. Well, we'll just stay at this elevation then, and once we're past that, we'll go ahead and drop down. Because the next airport's at about 3,000 feet, so. Hmm. Yeah, just happened to look down at my swim well, and it's like it's way nose down. So I thought it was because I didn't have I wasn't running the engine as fast as I could. But I tried to increase the RPM. It seemed like it got worse, and I was like, "Well, make no sense." I ain't so sure what's going on quite yet. Sometimes my force feedback does things that I'm not sure I fully understand. In general, I am extremely happy with it, but the autopilot part of it every once in a while seems a bit confused. Let me see if I can actually see that in VR. I want to see if I can see the trim tab. Okay. This should be entertaining. You? We'll try case. Where to see it? Oh, you can see it. It surely bounces out here. You can see the trim tab. Trim tab is way up. Way up. And you can see the elevator is up too. Is up. Interesting. Not sure why. Oh, as long as I'm out here. This is something I'm seeing in beta 7. Hopefully that's shown on the stream. Basically it's like the shoreline texture changes size. So right there it's kind of like almost like the tide went out. And then it goes all the way, so that texture around the outside of it, the shoreline, then the water part of it grows, so there's hardly any of that texture around outside. So that's something I've been seeing in 7. So I haven't seen like the plane like dancing around like this before either. So normally it's pretty stable. Interesting. What kinds of funness on this flight? The balloon down there. Because on this chart here, you can see where my yoke is. So my yoke is, it's back quite a bit. It's back quite a bit. So, not so sure why. Yeah, and if you look at my trim position, it's like minus 27. That's kind of... That's not quite normal. Same way, not sure why. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 300. Oh, okay. Flip that over. What was that now? 24, okay. So when I get past this spec here, I'll pull back on the power and start descending 3100, so I'll probably descend down now. We're eastbound 5500. But as long as I'm descending, I'll do a vertical speed. I've been I've been doing climbs with flight level change and descents with vertical speed. I do climbs with flight change so that I don't need to worry about airspeed. So I can basically set the airspeed, and whatever vertical speed I get. It's just whatever it is. So. You can do a descent with flight level change too, and I've done it in the past, but I kind of like how it turns out a little bit better with using vertical speed. Yeah, it's kind of like that. The trim's almost completely out of travel. Don't understand that. Yeah. You see elevator trim? It's all the way. -1. So I'm not sure why that's true. Don't have an answer. Pull this back a little bit. Yeah, so I pulled the RPM back a little bit. I was at 2510. And I'm at 2320. And that went down by almost a 10. On a range of basically -1 to +1. It's almost like it doesn't, like it gets out of sync. It's kind of how it acts like. But the great thing about streaming is that it's documented. Because I have this gadget up here for it's concerned me a little bit. It does a turn, but it's not a big turn. So and so it's that's interesting. Gotta wait till we get past this ridge. Yeah, let's wait until I get by it. I'll put on vertical speed and get down. I'll probably do it right now. Nose down, nose down. Something I noticed in Microsoft Flight Simulator is can't remember if it's in vertical speed or if it's in flight level change. But the nose up and nose down are backwards compared to how they are in X-Plane. Since I've never flown a real G1000 in a Cessna, I don't know what's right or wrong. But Philip's going to be at Flight Sim Expo, so I suppose he's probably the right person to ask, since he is a CFI and he does program the flight instruments and X-Plane. So I'll have to make sure I write a note to myself to ask that question. Alrighty, let's get down faster. Yeah, we'll do 1,000 feet a minute. You can hear the airspeed increasing. Pull the power back a little bit more. Trying to get it to center on 95 or something like that. So. So we're 18 miles away from the airport. Let's see, so we're Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say weather.
Cessna 256 Bravo Golf, El Lencero Airport Info, Roger, staying with the weather.
I have a really hard time with this controller. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say winds.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 070 degrees at 4 knots.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, Roger, staying active on the runway.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. What is the active runway? Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, runway 26 is currently in use.
Okay. Didn't think I had to kind of say it that way, but okay. So 2425 26. So looks like I'm kind of lined up for a downwind on 26. So normally I go over on the left hand side here, but like I don't have to do that. So we're at 8,400, and once we get to 5,500, I'll put on altitude hold and kind of run this flight level in. So even though there's like a lot of scenery over there, and it still looks really good. Pretty happy here. I was thinking I had more time than I do. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land, runway 26.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Runway 26 in use. Standard overhead, join QFE 9080. No reported traffic in the circuit.
Roger. So it's 7.2 miles in front of me, and it is right in front of me. But it's hard to see. Okay, coming up on 5,500. Oh, there it is. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 26, full stop landing.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, Roger, report final. Number 1, no reported traffic in the circuit.
Whoops. I broke it. I broke it. So. That's a heck of a way to end my stream. Well, look at this trim tab. There is something really, really, really wrong here. Huh. Really, really strange. Oh, well. Oh, what are we gonna do? So let's... oh, dear. Hmm. Hmm. I mean... I don't get it. Oh, well. Yeah, my trim was just whacked. So, elevator trim should be right about there. Or 0.07. And it was not. It was... Let's see if I put it there. So, for some reason, when I was on autopilot, my trim was about here. Even further. About here. That was the only way I could kind of get the plane to fly. So, but I have no idea why it does that. I have no idea. We'll be seeing Fabian in the end of June. So I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of call it, and kind of sad, but it is what it is. So yeah, just not sure why the trim every once in a while seemed to have a mind of its own. I thought it was working pretty good, but not today. Not today. So let's do this. We'll do a replay. Yeah. So you can see where that was. So it's at minus 0.65. So this is where it was when I was trying to land. Needless to say, that's kind of hard. Yeah, why was I having so much trouble? So this is where I'm at. So the trim's way up here, and I am trying my best. Where am I? Oh, there's the runway. So I'm trying my best to I'm trying to my best to kind of get the get the plane to behave, and if it isn't obvious, I'm failing. So that's way over there. So they go, because even though that doesn't show it in here, or maybe it does. The oak is way back. Oh, there's the runway. Okay. Okay, so okay, so I put in my last notch of flaps. So I'm losing airspeed here because I've got my RPM way down. But I'm not realizing it. So the nose is a little too high right now. So we're at 56 knots right now. Kind of a bad place to be right here. So now I have 49. Really a bad place to be. So the plane is really slow. Quite sluggish. So I'm trying my darndest to get this plane kind of back lined up with the runway here. So we're at 46. The real question I have here is why? Why does my trim do this? It's like if you go into autopilot, the trim gets kind of tweaked, and I don't see any way to get out of it. That's what the problem is. The plane is way nose high, and you can see it here. Now it's not. So I'm trying my darndest to save it. I think I'm close enough to the ground. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna wrap it up. That was kind of cool though to actually to do it in replay mode and then jump out and teleport. that was pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day. I need to figure this out. This isn't right. I'm not sure what's going on here, but there's got to be a way to fix this because this is not. This is disappointing. But alrighty. Thanks to all who stopped by. And normally my streams are not quite as eventful as this. The end of this one was, but I know what the problem is. I just don't know how to fix it. So, y'all have a great day. Bye bye.